Hello children, welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College Pune. I am Deepa Phadke. We had already started learning Standard 8 Chapter 12, India Gains Independence. We have learned children that how after the end of the Second World War, Britishers had realized now they were not going to stay in India. So obviously they started making different plans, but still they had adopted divide and rule policy, which they stuck to it and they continued doing so. Finally they got succeeded also in bringing out differences between Hindus and Muslims. How? We have studied about it, that when the Wavell Plan was implemented, in the Wavell Plan there were clear-cut mention of the separate seats for the minority groups, for the people of Muslim minority, for the people of Hindus. So obviously there were different opinions, differences regarding the Wavell Plan. Muslim League also did not accept it because there was no clear-cut mention about the separate state of Pakistan. Neither the Indian National Congress accepted it because of the same thing. And as there were the provisions of for proper representation of Dalits, of Muslims and minorities, even Indian National Congress did not accept it. So obviously the Wavell Plan could not be successful. Later on, cabinet mission also came. The delegation of British ministers, namely Pethick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps and A.V. Alexander, put forth England's plan regarding India's independence. No doubt, no wonder that it was mentioned the right of Indian people to draft their own constitution was recognized into it. Still, because there was no clear-cut mention about Pakistan and there were other provisions which were not acceptable by the Indian National Congress party, both of them did not accept it. So even cabinet mission was not fully accepted. It didn't get successful, we can say. After that, to fulfill the demand of separate nation of Pakistan, Muslim League and the followers of Muslim League observed Direct Action Day. And after this day was observed, again lots of riots, fights between Hindus and Muslims were seen in different parts of the country. When Gandhiji came to know about it, even he went to the Naukhali region in the province of Bengal, and over there without thinking about his own life, he went over there and he tried his level best to settle down the issue of Hindu and Muslim fights and riots. He tried to bring out peace over there. I think so this much we had studied in the part 1. So let's study about the establishment of interim government. On the background of these violent activities that had taken place in India into different parts, mostly Indian National Congress party leaders, many delegates, many leaders, reformers, they tried to bring peace over these regions. On this background, Viceroy Wavell established interim government and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the head of this interim government. Whereas Muslim leaders, initially they were not ready to participate in it, and later on they started participating, but most of the Muslim League leaders adopted the policy of obstruction. They started obstructing the functioning of the interim government. Obviously interim government did not get succeeded. It could not run smoothly. Let's study about Mountbatten Plan. So after Wavell, it was Mountbatten. England's Prime Minister, Attlee, had announced that England would leave its dominion on India before June 1948. On the background of transfer of power in India, Lord Mountbatten was appointed as Viceroy of India. Mountbatten held discussions with prominent leaders of India, and therefore he prepared a plan of creation of India and Pakistan as two independent nations. So you can understand, children, after the failure of Wavell, after the failure of Cripps mission plan, Now it was Mountbatten Plan. It was the policy of or strategy of Lord Mountbatten. Lord Mountbatten was the next Viceroy of India. So he called upon all the delegates of the intellectual leaders of India. After discussions with them, finally he came on to the conclusion that he was going to he prepared a plan of two separate nations, creations of two separate nations, India and Pakistan. As it happened during Cripps Mission Plan or even Wavell Plan, same thing even happened over here. Indian National Congress opposed the plan of partition because it was never ready to accept it. It was never ever ready to have India got partitioned into two separate nations. So unity of the nation was the basic stand of Indian National Congress, but the Muslim League remained adamant on the creation of Pakistan. National Congress was left with no option but to accept the decision of the partition with complete helplessness. Because here, after the preparation of this plan for creating two separate nations by Mountbatten, Muslim League directly accepted it, rather willingly and happily accepted it. But whereas the acceptance by the Indian National Congress Party wasn't there, it never ever wanted to separate two nations, that too on the basis of religion. But here, Indian National Congress did not have any other option rather to accept it helplessly. Let's study about Indian Independence Act. On 18 July 1947, on the basis of Mountbatten Plan, the Indian Independence Act was passed in British Parliament. On 15th August 1947, the two independent nations, India and Pakistan, would come into existence. Thereafter, the British Parliament will not have any control over them. The British supremacy over the princely states will also come to an end. The Act provided them the right to either join India or Pakistan or remain independent. So here, children, again, one more problem was being created by the Britishers. Here we understand that on the basis of the plan prepared by Lord Mountbatten, on 18 July 1947, Indian Independence Act was passed by British Parliament, and 15th August 1947, the two independent nations of India and Pakistan would come into existence. So that was also being declared through this act. Now, according to this act, it was already clear that after 1947, 15th August, Britishers would not have any kind of control over Indians. And this act also provided certain provisions, like the British supremacy over the princely states also would come to an end, and there would be India, there would be Pakistan, and also princely states in India. Princely states either can join India or Pakistan. Also there was a provision, there was a clear mention that if the princely states wanted to remain independent, they could. And this way, children, the Independence Act was passed in British Parliament. Let's study how India gains independence. As per the Indian Independence Act, India was granted independence on 15th August 1947. A meeting of the Constituent Assembly was going on in the Hall of Parliament House in Delhi in the midnight of 14th August 1947. At the stroke of midnight hours, India's dependence came to an end. The Union Jack of Britain was lowered, and in its place the Indian tricolour flag was unfurled. So the year 1947, 15th August, India was granted independence. At the midnight stroke of 12, India was granted independence. when the meeting was going on about the Constituent Assembly in the Hall of Parliament in Delhi, India's dependence came to an end, and this way the Union Jack of Britain, it was lowered down, and the Indian tricolor flag was unfurled, and this way India's independence came into existence, and India got freed from the clutches of the Britishers. India attained independence from the 150 years of slavery. The joy of attainment of freedom was not untinted. Indian people were grieved due to the partition of the country and the terrible violence during that period. Instead of joining the celebration of independence, Gandhiji was striving hard in Bengal. And within 6 months of attainment of freedom of India, Gandhiji was brutally assassinated by Nathuram Godse on 30th January 1948. Gandhiji strove day and night to preserve Hindu-Muslim unity and laid down his life for the same. So, after continuously getting exploited for 150 years, India attained freedom. No wonder that there are sacrifices of thousands and lakhs of Indians behind this attainment of freedom. At the time of independence also, actually Indians would have been enjoying, they would have been celebrating, but somewhere they were also not happy with the separate creation of separate nation of Pakistan. And that was the time when riots and fights took place between Hindus and Muslims of Indians. So that was also that scenario was also unpleasant for the Indians to accept it. And that was the time, even after the independence, after 6 months of independence, Gandhiji still continued bringing out peace in Bengal. So within the span of 6 months, on 30th January, he was brutally assassinated by Nathuram Godse. Actually, he was the one who strove day and night to preserve Hindu and Muslim unity, and he also sacrificed his life for the sake of same. So here onwards, India had already attained freedom, and now in the next chapter we are going to learn about the fulfillment of struggle for independence. So children, we have learned this lesson. Now you are going to read the lesson, mark all the answers in the textbook and copy them in your classwork and learn them also. Thank you.